Go ahead and hit record. I am so excited to share with you guys this Why Wash Your Face with Mary Kay. And I would like you guys to consider adding this or something like this when you are sharing with your customers, whether it be in person or virtually. I have my verbiage that I'm going to share is actually kind of tweaked for the Tuesday and Thursday events, to where it's talking about us. So you'd want to tweak it a little bit. Um, and if needed, I could give a script to somebody, or maybe I can go ahead and get an image created too, similar to what we already had. So, okay. I want to ask, so you've done your introduction in your party, and you are getting ready to start, but I challenge you to insert this. So here we go. I want to ask you real quick, where do you normally run to when you run out of your face wash, your mascara? Maybe you need a body wash, a perfume, a lotion. Where do you go to get more? So people are going to ask, right? Or answer. And then, great. The reason I ask you is because I realize that you have a million options to choose from. So if you can choose, let's say people had said Walmart, Target, Ulta, Amazon, then why should you choose Mary Kay? So I want to share just a few of the perks that you get if you choose Mary Kay. And obviously, you don't have to. You can shop anywhere you want. But here are some perks if you do. So the first is you get your very own personal beauty consultant. How many times have you guys went to a store, been looking in an aisle with 85 options to choose from, and you don't know where to begin? Anybody else? Yep, I see some hands. Okay, exactly. So guess what? Now you have a real life person that you can call, text, and it's free. You can call or text your beauty consultant and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a product that's going to do XYZ. What do you recommend?" And you're probably not going to ask the girl when you're in the aisle at Target or Walmart, because she's a wonderful person, I'm sure, but skincare is not her specialty. But it is ours as beauty consultants. Helping women feel beautiful and confident in their skin is what we do. And honestly, it's one of the reasons that I have loved doing this for 23 years. I love getting those texts from my customers. I love helping someone finally find something that works for them and that's personalized for them. So your order also gets to come right to your door, or maybe we'll drop it off to your office. You're going to have handwritten notes, samples to try, little surprises. We absolutely love spoiling our customers. So don't be surprised to find a little extra something in your package every now and then. Shopping becomes fun instead of overwhelming. Okay, the second thing is we love to spoil our customers. We let you try the products before you buy it whenever it's possible. And everything is backed with a 100% guarantee for an entire year. Who's bought something before because it looked pretty in the package on the shelf? Then you got it home and realized, oh, that looked way better on that package in that store with that lighting than on my face. Okay, we've all done it. Not only do we help you choose the right products, but we're going to teach you how to use them so that they don't end up sitting in a basket under your sink. And if you don't like it for any reason at all, please tell us. Seriously, we want you to. It doesn't hurt our feelings or our business. We'd much rather help you find something that you absolutely love than something that you don't use. We're not here just to sell you products that you don't need. We're here to build relationships. We love our products. And when you and sorry, see, anybody can do this. When you love your products, you're going to trust us. After 23 years, I can tell you that's one more important that sorry, you loving your products is more important than me making a sale. And you trusting me is more important than any sale that I make. So another perk, if you choose Mary Kay, is free stuff. Who likes free? If it's free, it's for me. Yep, I know I do. In Mary Kay, we love rewarding and spoiling our customers. You can get free products by sharing with us with your girlfriends. How many of you have ever been shopping with your girlfriends? I love to shop with my girlfriends. Have you ever walked into a store and somebody there looked at you and said, "Wow, you brought friends with you today? Here is some free makeup." Nope. But guess what? We do that. If you share with your friends with us, we're going to hook you up with free stuff and great discounts. You're also going to get monthly pink perk specials, gift with purchases, samples, little surprises throughout the year, and you can even get a coupon of the month. It's simply our way of saying thank you for choosing us because we know that you have choices. Okay, lastly, can I ask you one more question? Have you ever actually stopped to think where your money goes at the when you shop at any of those stores? Like where does it end up at the end of the day? Do you know? If you think about it, the girl who's working the register and stocking the shelves, she's getting paid the same dollar amount whether you shop there or not. Her paycheck doesn't change because you buy your product there. But what I want you to know is when you shop with Mary Kay, your dollars make a difference for real life people. Your purchases support real women, real families, and real dreams. Y'all, this is my livelihood. It's been for 23 years. This is how I pay every bill. This is how we get to travel to see our kids and grandkids across the country. This is helping us rebuild after losing our home in a fire. So when I tell you that I appreciate every customer, I truly mean it. And your consultant has a story too. She has dreams. She has people that she loves. And so when you choose to shop Mary Kay, your purchase really makes a difference. And we're going to take really great care of you. But it doesn't even stop there. When you support a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant, there is a ripple effect. You're supporting thousands of American jobs because our products are made and manufactured right here in the US, just outside of Dallas, Texas. And we have distribution centers all across the United States. So you are supporting and you're supporting a company that cares about the environment. Our packaging peanuts, when you get an order from us that comes direct ship, they're made from potato starches and they dissolve in the water. It's really actually kind of cool. We don't test on animals. We've planted over 1 million trees. And through our Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation, more than $100 million to support cures for cancers that specifically affect women and domestic violence shelters across our great nation have been funded. And you guys, it's really cool that 97 cents of every dollar goes directly to those causes. Like there's not a huge overhead and just small amounts of your donations get pocketed or get used there. So I tell you all of this because I know that you have a million options to choose from. And I want you to know that if you choose Mary Kay, y'all, even if it's just to get your mascara from us instead of buying it from the store, you are helping to fight cancer, to help end domestic violence, to support American jobs, help give back, support your consultants, their families, and so much more. I didn't know all these things before Mary Kay, so I love making sure that you know some of what happens if you choose Mary Kay. So there you go, guys. Like, wow, is that powerful or what?
That's super powerful. I'm buying everything from you, Mary.
So I can share, you guys, I personally 23 years and I read scripts. It's important because it shows your customers too that they can do it. It's not just, oh, and I've had this happen when I wasn't reading from a flip chart or reading from a script, they say, "Mary, I could never do what you do." So I found that when I went back to doing, flip charts, not for everything or scripts on a screen, but not for everything, but for a lot of things, people see, wow, I could do what you do. I could fulfill dreams that I have, like you get to fulfill dreams. So I hope this blesses you guys. Um, Tracy, do you have the script? Yes, I can copy paste it. And then what I would suggest you do, because I have it in two ways. And the one that I just read from is what I'll be sharing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it talks about, multiple consultants. So if you are doing a party with, say, two or more consultants, you want to do that. Otherwise, you want to go through and edit it a little bit. For one, to have your dreams and what's important to you in there, but also to have it more I instead of we and talking about other consultants. And another key cool thing about that is it's sprinkling your I story more throughout your party so that you're not talking for such a huge time about your I story, or you feel like it's such a huge time, or maybe it's overwhelming. It really allows the customers to digest little bits about Mary Kay and about you, and the opportunity throughout the entire event.
Great
You're on
job.
mute, Cynthia.
Oh, yeah, great job, Mary. That was fantastic. I
Yeah.
can post like the general one.
Yeah, there's one that we did. I, there's a sheet like this, but I had actually I went through and typed out what had been shared and then changed it up. So I'm happy to share mine too. Or I can take mine and create an image, something similar to that.
Oh,
That's probably what I should do, Cynthia.
okay. All
So
right.
the recording, Cynthia, are you going to share tracking sheets?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to share them really quickly because then Anna's going to share the director memo. But you guys, I'm not going to record the director memo part. That's why I wanted to make sure of that. Because these recordings are kind of meant to be mostly timeless so that if it's November, somebody hears this and watches it, they catch it all. So, okay.
Okay. So I've listened to at least two recordings that talked about tracking and how somebody became a director once she started tracking. And I was like, oh my gosh, I started tracking in July, and it does make a huge, huge difference. So, I would really encourage you. Do you want me to post the tracking sheets again
Yes.
in Boss Babes? Yes? Okay.
And we
So,
also have them in the boards, and I'll make sure to post again the board because you guys, boards is a free app. You don't have to pay. You can have the free version. It's you're just limited to boards. And so it's an option. That way you're not trying to scroll through the Voxer when you know you're after something. So yes.
so I remembered when oh, TK, do you have a question? Oh, okay. I remember when I was going for director, I always tracked. I always did 30 faces, 10 sharing appointments. I did events with Mary Catherine, and I recorded it. And so I've stopped doing that. So I'm like, okay, this year this is my goal. And so in July, I started tracking. Now I don't have everyone's name on here yet. I haven't finished filling it out, but I was like, I'm doing great. Oh my gosh, I got my 30 faces. And this is how many faces I have. Well, I have a few more, but I mean, basically, whoops, this side, it's opposite. Um, so wow, what an eye opener. I thought I was way down here, and I'm just being transparent with you guys. I could be embarrassed and not show you, but I think it's important for me to show you because what was in my head and what was on paper was totally, totally, totally different. So, and your goal may not be to be a director, but your goal may be to make so much money a month. So when you start doing this, you start to see what's going on. And so I started doing some numbers back here on the back, and um I was shocked. So hopefully next month I can show you a lot more, but I think it's good to be accountable, and it makes a huge difference. And then this is the not one that I have filled in, but the bubble sheet. So I like this one because I play a game with myself. The other one I filed. And then I started writing it in a notebook so I'd have the people's phone numbers. But this one's fun because you're going for no's. So I write their name in, and when they say no, then you put um an X through it if they don't book. And if they book, then you put the solid circle. but in a notebook, I can keep better track and I have more room. So, and then the other one was one that Mary shared, which I haven't started using, but I'm going to start using. It's a little more work, but it's the customer and their birthday and what they're on, what products they're on. So, because I did an appointment yesterday with one of my friends, and I even sent her like the Mary Kay regimen, and she can't use any of our skincare. So I said, well, what do what can you use? And I knew what she could use. So we ended the conversation with what she loved in Mary Kay because she can use the makeup. So anyways, I turned what could have been, a negative into a positive. So, because I sent her the time wise, I knew the time wise repair she couldn't use for sure, but the time wise had changed a little bit since she had tried it years ago. So I sent her that. She couldn't use it. I sent her the regimen. She couldn't use it. So we did our follow-up appointment yesterday. So, um, but then I found a lot this in July that people called me and they were like, oh, what was I on? What did I use? And I was like, I had to go look at their receipts, which wasn't bad, but I was like, I really need this, especially for the birthdays, because I always do a birthday gift for everyone. And this way I won't have to, I'll have it on a piece of paper. I know I'm old school. Old school. I like paper. I like to write it down. And they say when you write, I can't remember the percentage, but you remember more. So, anyways, those are the tracking sheets, and that's what a difference it makes. So make sure and talk to us, your directors, and tell us what your goal is this month. Because that's another thing that I had to report, like I didn't have to. Um, what's the right word?
If you wanted to, you needed to identify your goal, Cynthia, with a date, because a
Yeah,
goal with a date, if you have a goal and you don't have a date attached, there is no,
It's just a dream, not a goal.
it's just a dream. You're just like, oh, it'll happen someday, but someday eventually ends. And so you
right.
really, it gives you more power behind what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
And
Cynthia.
then, no, no, no. I was thinking of the word accountable. I had to be accountable to Mary Catherine. I didn't have to. I chose to be accountable to her because she knew my goal. And that was, I wrote it and I said it. I had to tell her, so that moved me also. So, anyways, so that's it on tracking. I just proved it to myself this month, what a difference it makes.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. So, seriously, sometimes we think that we are working all the time and we're doing so much. And if we're not tracking, then we might not realize that we're not doing IPAs. Maybe we were doing busy work in the office, paper stuff, instead of reaching out to customers and seeing them. So, thank you so very much, Cynthia. And I just encourage you guys, pick a tracking sheet. There are lots of options that can be overwhelming. So talk to your director. You don't have to use them all. So Anna, before I end the recording, is there something you want to add?
Yeah, I would like for you to pull up that sheet that I just Voxered you, the one of how much you can earn in Mary Kay working very part-time. And I just wanted to put an exclamation point on what Cynthia said. That will help you to identify whether you're actually putting in the time, but those figures are extremely accurate. It's the consistency that will make the difference in how much you make.
Yeah, and if you think that, oh, Cynthia doesn't have kids at home, I have a retired husband.
That's worse.
That's
No, I'm sorry, Cynthia.
it's so much work. I'm like, oh my gosh.
There,
Hear her
she's
whispering.
not wrong.
No, I loved Dan's great, but I mean, it takes a lot of time. But I'm thankful that he still loves me. So,
All right. Anna, I pulled that up for you. Can you guys see it now?
Perfect. I just think it's really important to look at that and realize what you can do with a few hours a week. I mean, even a few hours a week if you're really dedicated. And I, again, just to highlight what Cynthia said, you could be thinking about it constantly, but it's in the power is in what you do,
Hmm.
the
In
work.
those IPAs, the customer
IPA.
reach outs, the new, yep,
Yeah.
the new faces and things like that. Um, and I also want to remind you guys, if you're like, okay, one show a week won't work for me, Mary. Like I am on this Zoom each week, but I don't have another couple hours in addition. But I want to do one a month. That's okay too. So yes. All right.
That's to give you an average. So
Exactly. Yep. Okay. I'm going to end our recording